Good day, children. This is the maths activity for Wednesday the 20th of May. Okay, we've got some mental maths work, 10 questions. See how quickly you can complete that, and then you can check your answers afterwards. Okay, we're going to look at the 12 times tables, multiples of 12. So if you can shade in the first 10 multiples of 12 in this 1 to 120 grid, and see if you can notice any patterns. What do you notice in the patterns? Okay, do the numbers shaded in the multiples of 12 have something in common? So look carefully at the pattern. Okay, and then you've got some quick fire 12 time fact families, looking at these sums and seeing what is the missing number that's been covered up. And then you've got a couple there, so quick fire. Then we've got some of these relationships with the 12 times and the 6 times, and see if you can follow some of those questions. And then tick these boxes for these 3 areas. Multiples of 6 are also multiples of 12. Is it always, sometimes, or never? So think carefully about that. Then we got this arrays of beads, and you can answer some of these questions in the boxes. Okay, here's the answers. Right. So for the main maths today, we're going to know the angles in triangles. So it's recapping and revising meanings of right, acute and obtuse angles, identify angles in types of triangles, investigate angles in types of triangles, and then order angles in size. Got some good web links for you to watch. This one there, it will be covering everything about angles and triangles. We've got some learning reminders, recapping on different angles that you come across. There are more, but we're just focusing on the right angle, the acute angle and the obtuse. And then the different types of triangles that are about, so look for those. Some of these questions. Describe a difference between triangle 3 and 4. And then we've got some of these triangles again. And then this one, how many acute and obtuse angles can you see in each triangle? And the answers are down on the right hand side. Okay, I'm going to sort and describe 2-dimensional shapes using angles. Look for right angles, acute angles and obtuse angles in shapes. So here we've got 3 triangles, A, B and C. Describe the angles that you see. What does triangle A have? What types of angles are they? And B, what types of angles are in B? And in triangle C, what types of triangles? You can go down. And then you've got some practice sheets. For the mild is colouring in obtuse angles in blue, right angles with a square, and any acute angles in red, and then see if you can name each type of triangle. 6 there, and the same for the hot sheet. Do exactly as above. Colour acute angles in red, colour obtuse angles in blue, and then mark any right angles with a square, and write the name of each type. So there's 8 there. See if you can do all of them. You've got the answer sheets, and then if you're a little bit stuck, you've got all these angles, and you've got to circle the correct description for each angle. So for the first one, is it acute, right angle or obtuse? And you've got those choices for all of those angles. Okay, and if you can investigate by drawing how many acute angles it is possible to have in a triangle. Then you've got an investigation, triangle angles. See if you can read that, and then put your answers in the columns. And there's a challenge. Draw a right angle triangle that is also an isosceles triangle. Is that possible? What size are the two angles that are not a right angle? And in extension, comparing and classifying angles, you've got to, out of the two in the section A, is write down which is the larger of each pair of angles. So using your good observation skills by looking carefully at the two angles for each question. And then you've got to, group B and C, you've got to place the angles meeting each point in order of size, the smallest first. Okay, good luck there. All the best.